ever stop in the middle of a sentence because you don't know what to say next in English? Maybe you know many words. Maybe you studied grammar for years. But when it is time to speak, your mind goes blank. And then you say, nothing. Hi, I'm Emma from Talk and Learn English, and today I want to teach you one English phrase that can change your conversations forever. Just one phrase, a simple phrase, a powerful phrase, and many Arabic speakers really need it. Ready? The phrase is, by the way. Yes, that's it. By the way. Small phrase, big power. Many English learners speak like robots. One sentence, stop. Another sentence, stop. But native speakers connect ideas naturally, smoothly, softly, and by the way helps you do that. Let me show you. Imagine you are talking to a friend. You say, I went to the supermarket today. Okay, good sentence, but then you remember something else. You can say, by the way, I saw your brother there. Ah, now your English sounds more natural, more relaxed, more real. Say it with me. By the way. Good. Let's try another example. I finished my homework. By the way, did you watch the football match yesterday? Nice. You are changing the topic naturally. This phrase is everywhere in English conversations. At school, at work, with friends, on the phone, even in text messages. And the funny thing? Many learners know difficult words, but they don't use simple expressions like this. One time I had a student. His English was very good, very strong vocabulary, but every conversation felt hard, very hard, like a school exam. Then I taught him a few small phrases. By the way, to be honest, you know? And suddenly, boom. His English sounded alive. Natural English is not only grammar, it is connection, feeling, flow. Okay, let's practice more. Imagine you are talking to your cousin. By the way, how is your new job? Or maybe, by the way, I really liked your video. Simple, friendly, easy. Now I want to tell you a little story. Last week I was drinking coffee and talking on the phone with my friend. We were talking about work. Very serious conversation. Then suddenly she said, by the way, your dog was sleeping behind your car yesterday. I looked outside immediately. And yes, my dog was there, sleeping like a king. I laughed so much. See? By the way is perfect for adding extra information. Now, there is another reason why this phrase is important. It gives you time to think. Yes, sometimes learners panic because they need a few seconds to organize their ideas. So instead of silence, use a small phrase. By the way, your brain gets time. Your conversation continues. Very useful. Let's learn a few more expressions today. First expression, to be honest. This means you are saying your true opinion. For example, to be honest, I was nervous. Or, to be honest, I don't like waking up early. Me too, honestly. My alarm clock feels like my enemy sometimes. Second expression, you know? This is very common in spoken English. For example, English was difficult for me at first, you know? It makes your speech sound softer and more natural. Third expression, at the end of the day. This means finally, or after everything. For example, at the end of the day, practice is the key. Good. Now let's put everything together naturally. By the way, I started reading English books recently. To be honest, it was difficult at first, you know, but at the end of the day, I feel more confident now. Wow, that sounds smooth. And notice something important. These are not difficult words, simple words, but they make a big difference. Many Arabic speakers focus only on big vocabulary, but real conversations are built with small expressions, tiny bridges between ideas. That is how English becomes natural. Now, let me tell you something personal. When I was learning another language, I wanted to sound perfect. Every sentence had to be correct. Every word had to be beautiful. And because of that, I spoke very slowly, very carefully, very nervously. One day, a friend told me, relax, speak simply. That changed everything. Because communication is more important than perfection. You do not need perfect English. You need brave English. English that moves. English that connects people. English that lives. So from today, try using by the way in your conversations. Even one time today. Message a friend, write a comment, talk to yourself in English. Yes, people do that. I do that too sometimes. Yesterday I said, by the way, where are my keys? And guess what? The keys were in my pocket. Classic Emma moment. Okay, let's review quickly. Today's magic phrase is, by the way. You can use it to change the topic, add information, sound more natural, give yourself time to think, and make conversations flow better. We also learned to be honest, and at the end of the day, these small expressions can make your English sound warm, human, and real. Before we finish, I want to remind you something very important. Please don't feel bad about your English level. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. Every confident speaker made mistakes, and every small step matters. One phrase today, one new expression tomorrow, little by little, your English grows. And if this episode helped you, please support the channel. Like the video, subscribe to Talk and Learn English, and write a comment below using the phrase, by the way. I really want to read your sentences. This is Emma. See you in the next episode of Talk and Learn English. And by the way, you're doing better than you think.